Jesse, who is your favorite person on the fixed team and
John.
why?
It's John. Because John hits a record button.
And
Bank on that.
And he hangs your tree stands and he puts in
He
your food
does a lot. He does a lot. But we've talked about this before. Jesse's gotten more involved in those things. My kids are starting to move on to the college age, and I have a little more free time. And my wife don't want me around the house that much. So I leave, and I go help John.
Whitetail Fix is presented by Wildlife Research Center.
Stacy, who is your favorite person on the Whitetail Fix team and why?
I mean, it's Ern, obviously, right?
All right, let's say if you couldn't pick Ernie.
Oh, gosh.
I have the answer in my pocket. I know exactly who she's going to say. Exactly.
You know, you kind of ask me this, and I kind of say Mike Marsteller every time, right?
There's the answer.
Like, I mean, it's probably Marsteller. He's
Marshmallow.
so laid back and sweet and kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy Mike Marsteller, but I enjoy every one of them. I think they're all awesome.
Ground zero, day one of season 10. Look at that, and John Day's very organized this year after, what's this, a 5th year that you've been with me filming for the Fix, and a full pro staff member now and worldwide famous on television?
Not really. I'm just a hunter, man, just like everybody else, but the good thing we've got going on here is got a Reconyx Ultra Fire, and we've got a cell cam. So we run this right here in a spot where we're throwing down a little bit of feed so we can get some inventory pics, and we put this on the trail by our stand so we know what's rolling by our stand. We don't have to come out here and disturb it.
John and Jesse are probably the best when it comes to preparation for the upcoming season. They plant their plots on time. They set their Reconyx cameras out early, and they get it done fast with a little help from the back hoop.
Ladies and gentlemen, these right here are mules.
All the preparation that goes into the sport we love takes more work than most people will realize. And John Day is one who's willing to do the work and sacrifice his own glory for others.
I was wanting to sacrifice my hunts to my daughter, try to film her and get her a buck down. I knew immediately after that it was going to be the rut hunting. I was going to want to get Jesse a deer on film.
Well, no matter how much you prepare, fate seems to have a way. John would go into the season with plans of getting his daughter a deer, but the plans would be squashed when the deer didn't show up.
It never works out the way you think it's going to. So long story short, we're sitting here without a whitetail even harvested yet.
The hopes of getting Jesse a deer on film were also squashed.
We gave it everything we had, and we thought something would happen, and it didn't.
But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how Jesse's season was going.
He's over there going to the bathroom.
John did his best in the beginning of the Indiana season to take care of his family and friends, but it turned out about as well as his trip to Oregon in September.
Roll out to John Day, Oregon, my second time there in the last 3 years. I wanted to get some redemption.
Yep, John Day, Oregon is a real place, and it's obvious why John Day would want to hunt there. But he'd be compromised by hunting on public land.
There was hunters everywhere you looked. The elk were pressured. You couldn't even literally call at the elk because they would run from you if you called from them.
So far, things in the hunting world were just not lining up for John.
Can't even catch a sound, man. 3 days.
But he knew there was a lot of season left and a lot of places for him to go.
Because I knew what was coming up and I had a lot of time going out west this season.
Steve Philly likes to call on Jose Del Otero when things aren't right. But when things are looking down for John Day, there's only one person he wants to talk to.
Never stayed in the grain bin before?
Never.
I held and won a lottery ticket through Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota, and it was for a cow tag. So my wife is going with me and she's gonna film me on this hunt. So I was like super stoked about this.
If John Day is anything, he's a family man. And when his wife is able to come along on a hunt, well, his life just couldn't be any better.
Looky, who's over here in the passenger seat.
Located in south-central South Dakota, the Rosebud Reservation has over 1 million acres of tribal land.
I'm all excited because I've always valued and respected the Native American ways, their way of life and everything that they did. I respect it. So I was super excited. And my guide is a full-blooded Rosebud Reservation Indian, and so here we go.
And as John is about to find out, it's one of the best kept secrets around for hunting elk.
There's an elk. Hopefully these cows come through right behind it. Actually a 3x3.
Seeing a young bull is a good sign the cows won't be too far behind.
Yeah, boy.
What do you say, John?
Yes.
John's season may have started off a little slow.
Traveled yesterday, first day. Yes.
But through his perseverance, he always seems to come out on top.
After all this whole hunt, and after the harvest happens, I realize I look over at my wife and I'm saying, hey, did you get that? Did you get all that? And of course she says yes. And the beautiful thing about it is to see how happy she was for me.
If you would have asked me I was gonna shoot a elk on the first day here, I would have told you probably not, especially with 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But man, I'll tell you what, our guide Henry just told us to be patient, and perseverance definitely overcame here. Season 10, Whitetail Fix.
John got what he came for in South Dakota, but he isn't done yet. Now he'll be meeting up with his son Austin for a trip to Devil's Tower Outfitters in Wyoming.
Who's your favorite person on the fixed team?
Oh, I don't necessarily have a favorite. I love all of them. I mean, some things I see in Steve, some things I see in Jesse, Mike. Every individual. I think that's what makes the show so great. Everybody has a different personality, and you can love and find something about every individual.
You can't pick me. He already told you that.
No, if you could pick Stacy, you can pick her.
Okay. Stacy's my favorite on the Whitetail Fix team. She's my favorite. She's my wife. But Tino, right? He's on the team too. He helps out.
Gosh.
He produces footage. Vinny, she runs the camera. These are my people, I love them.
Ernie DeSantis has his people he adores and loves to hunt with. It must be something about this team, because John Day is no different when it comes to his people.
So my son joins up with me on opening day, 3 a.m. in the morning, to head out west to Wyoming to Devil's Tower Outfitters.
John is no stranger to Devil's Tower Outfitters. Last season, him and his buddy Daniel put on a little show there.
Whitetail in Wyoming. I got my first mule deer.
my first antelope thanks to Kyle over here at Devil's Tower Outfitters.
Now he's back to do it again. And this time he couldn't be happier to have his son Austin with him.
Devil's Towers Outfitters, here we come.
After the success of last season, John had high expectations for this hunt. But upon arriving, he'd be reminded of the toll Mother Nature can take on a hunter's dreams.
There was a problem with the drought there that year. It had a huge effect on the animals, even on their locations, not on the ranches, not on the properties. They had migrated.
Migrating isn't the only problem that comes with a drought. With less nutrition, the deer are smaller, their antlers are smaller, and predicting where they'll be is a bigger challenge.
You know, it was slim pickings. I mean, I passed on 3 mule deer in 5 days. And on the very last day, I went ahead and chose my mule deer.
You got it. You want the small one? Range me, Kyle. Okay, you're ready. I got a shot on him. Turn broadside, dude. There he is, ready?
I wait till he stops and I tensed up and fired a shot at this dude and I missed. And check this out, you'll see the bullet in the air going to this deer and it goes right through his ear.
John gave this deer an ear piercing, and that would normally mean the hunt is over right here and now. But we all know how lucky John has been in the recent past. The buck had no idea what just happened and no idea where the danger was.
He thinks that the danger's coming from the opposite side of me.
John would get something most hunters never get, a second shot.
Stop. Come on, dude. Well, Austin, after 5 days of filming me, we finally got it done here on the last day. We were real selective. Kyle here had us on animals all week. It was slim, it got better, and then it got real hard. Battling other hunters, the wind not working in our favor. Anything you could think of that went wrong until this morning. So this is my last day. Season's over. Devil's Tower Outfitters.
Got her.
Another successful hunt.
Last year, John put on a show at Devil's Tower Outfitters, and this year, he picked up right where he left off.
Last day of the season, what can I say? My son filming and me and my son were high-fiving and celebrating.
John Day has continually shown that if you're a hooved animal, you probably don't want to be in his line of sight.
So we pack up all of the meat, we get it to the processor right there in Sundance, Wyoming, and my son Austin and I head to Montana to fulfill his first tag on his first mule deer.
It's no secret the love that John Day has in his heart for friends and family, and the sacrifices he'd make for any of them. So making sure Austin gets his fix in Montana is a top priority.
The thing about Montana and the thing about public hunting is the properties there, like, you know, the access to them is very difficult.
Anyone who hunts knows the struggles of hunting public land, but John Day is no ordinary hunter.
Austin and I did 2 days of investigation and we came up with a game plan and we actually spotted a buck tending a doe that evening.
Spotting the buck in the evening gave our heroes some hope for the upcoming hunt, but when they got back the next morning, the excitement was doubled.
We looked off into the horizon over there and there was the same mule deer that we had spotted that night with a doe.
It was meant to be.
That's pure luck.
Is that him walking to the right? Okay, I'm on him. Wait for him to stop. You want me to stop him? There he goes. Wait for him. Yeah, just make a good shot. Nice shot, dude. Hey,
That was easy.
did you just get your first mule deer, Austin?
First mule deer.
There is something to be said about consistency. When you put the hard work and time into a goal consistently, that goal will surely be realized.
Couldn't be more blessed, man. This is awesome, beautiful animal. My first ever muley. Thanks to my dad for coming out here with me and putting on the hiking shoes. It's been an awesome hunt. I'll never forget it. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, buddy. I love you.
Love you too.
Glad to be a part of your first mule deer hunt. You just...
Well, that's a wrap.
Whitetail Fix is presented by Wildlife Research Center.
Jesse's at work. He didn't come help me. Can you believe that?
That's all right, Jesse. Dad will get that for you.